Right, welcome back to Late Night Gamer and another round of epic Eldritch horror. Seems like now the game is in a phase where it drags out a bit. So, yeah, and that's sort of normal for these games. Both Arkham Horror and Eldritch Horror have that. At least Arkham have, and Eldritch also seems to have it. This mid-phase where thing draws out, and we need to get going and push for solving mysteries and taking out that monster in Rome so that we can avoid too rapid ticking of the doom track, and that maybe we can solve the three mysteries before it's too late. Our first player is Rita Young, and I have been pimping my game a little bit more. I've been buying figures, and it's not official figures because they are not possible to come by for a reasonable price anyway. So instead I bought some HeroClix figures and I adapted them. So this is Rita Young, the athlete. Yeah, well, it's close enough, I guess. Oh, forgot the sanity and health here for Rita. So Rita is here an unknown Kadath, and I'm going to swap out the cardboard token for the figure. We have Dexter Drake here in Mythos. This is Dexter. HeroClix Dexter. Lola Hayes is an actress, and I figured that this figure here is quite similar to that. And for Tommy, he's a cop with a rifle, so this is him in Istanbul. So then we start with the action phase, and Rita Young is the first player. So the idea with Rita was to go into the moon here and fight these monsters. She will do that, but before she travels she will rest, just so she can fill up a little bit of sanity and health. She has 6 health and 5 sanity. That's maximum sanity. So after the rest she travels to the moon. It's a little bit dangerous, but no pain, no gain. I think Lola needs to pick up some clues if she can. And on the main board there's only a clue in Rome and one down here in Australia. Here in Australia, which is a little bit hard to get to. But she can get to Sydney, and then she can travel to the wilderness next round. Yeah, I think she'll do that. 1 from 17. So, okay. She will take a train ticket. No, she will take a boat ticket. Travel to 20 here and spend the boat ticket to go to Sydney. So next round she can go here and claim this clue. So Dexter is going to have another go at the gate here in Mythos, but he is performing a rest action first to regain some health and sanity. So, and after that he is going to... No, I think he's just going to get a focus token so that he can have something to help him with to close the gate. Right, then you have Tommy in Istanbul. He has full health but not full sanity. He has only 2 sanity. So he needs to rest. He won't regain any health, but he will regain the sanity. He needs that if he wants to fight the monster. And then he will travel to Rome. This is incredibly dangerous, but I think he needs to take the chance if we are to make any progress at all. We need 3 successes on the strength test to kill this monster. But first it's encounters. Yeah, first is encounter phase, and Rita is up. She has 2 monsters to fight. As you can see here on the moon, she's fighting a cultist and a vampire. The cultist is of course given by the old one, the sheet of the old one, and he's not dangerous at all. While the vampire is much more dangerous, I can see that. Here we can see the cultist, and there's no horror check. and it's just a strength test with 1 toughness, but I need to lose 1 sanity and gain a spell if I defeat the monster. Alright, let's fight the cultist first. And there is no test of willpower at all for the cultist. And so it's just a normal strength test now. Rita has this ally, this hitman, which gives her another die. Yep, these 3 dice is all she has. She has the revolver, but that's a 1 per round ability, and I will save it for the next combat. So we just test strength. She fails it. She do have a focus she will use then. Oh, luckily that's a 6. So that's a success, and she kills the cultist. And then she loses 1 sanity and gains a spell. And a random spell. I rolled a die, it was a glamour, and it's Mind's Eye. Then she'll just face off the vampire. First there is a mind check or a willpower check, and Rita has 4 willpower. Rita Young has this tattered cloak where she can spend 1 fewer sanity to pay for an effect. And if an effect will cause you to lose 1 sanity, lose 1 fewer sanity instead. And there was effect now with the monster saying I had to lose a sanity to gain a spell. So I'm reading this as I don't have to lose that sanity. Taking the sanity back. Now we have 4 dice to roll for the sanity check. Oh, I can't believe she failed. She has to pass, or else she can't resolve the strength test. This monster is specific. That's bad. Well, it's actually really bad. She has to spend a clue. Oh, that is so lucky. She gets a 5. And she passes the sanity test. Then there's a strength test. It's a strength -2. Rita has 4 strength, and that is 2 dice. Then she will use her hitman, that gives her another dice. Rita is practiced, so she can do once per round, roll 1 additional die. And I can re-roll 1 die when resolving a test. It's another die. She's also rugged, means she can re-roll 1 die when resolving a strength test. Have that in mind. And she's going to use her revolver, which gives her +3. Now there's a difference between the plus bonuses and additional die. So she can have just 1 of these plus bonuses, but the additional dice are cumulative. So that's 7 dice for Rita. Oh, okay, maybe. She got 1, oh yeah, she got 4 successes. And that's enough to kill the monster because it only has toughness 3. Okay, so because she did so well here on the moon, she can now try to close this Antarctica gate, the Great Hall of Celano. You're stunned to see a familiar face reading through tomes of dark sorcery. You try to catch a glimpse of what he's reading without alerting him to your present. Test observation -1. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. That's a bit of a problem really for Rita. Observation is 3, so she has to roll 2 dice. Oh, she passes. Fantastic. You learn that he's been reading what he's been reading and realize that he has opened a portal between worlds. Close this gate. Fantastic. Afterwards, you examine the book that he was reading. Test your lore. I can gain a clue and a spell if I succeed, but if I fail, I have to lose 2 sanity. So I have to test my lore. Rita fails that. But in her pocket she has the silver key, and it says that she can reroll 1 die when resolving a test during an otherworld encounter, which is exactly what this is. So she will try again and rerolling. No. Well, then she has to lose 2 sanity, I think. That's too bad. But she has again the cloak, which will prevent 1 of those sanities. So it's only 1. And the Antarctica gate is closed. Didn't go too bad all in all, even though Those extra bonuses would have been nice. Okay, there's only one gate open now here in the Dreamlands, and that is in Phase. And actually, that is the only gate that's open on the board at the moment. Before we can do anything there, we have to go to Sydney and to Lola and have an encounter. A young Aboriginal football player named Douglas offered to teach you how to play. You may become delayed and train with him. If I do, then I can improve my strength. No, I would like to improve the strength of Lola, but she's not becoming delayed. Sorry, Douglas, I don't have time. Then it's some hocus pocus and some magic here in Phase. So this is a gate to Yugoth. You discover a fetid creature with wings and webbed feet. The beast is strange, like something from your wildest dreams. You may spend one clue to resolve the pass effect. If you do not spend a clue, resolve the fail effect. Well, that's easy. Dexter do not have any clues. The creature is terrifying, but if you can keep your calm, you will be able to overpower it. Test your willpower. So if I pass, then I subdue the creature and use it to return home, and I close the gate, but I have to lose 1 health if I fail. Yeah, I can't do much then other than just roll. A willpower test for Dexter is 3 dice. Oh, yes, he passed. That's fantastic. Finally. Maybe some of this luck has rubbed off on Tommy, who is in for the fight of his life now. With Becky in Rome. Becky is his rifle, of course. Trying to take out this monster. First he has to do a willpower -1 check, and there is potential 3 sanity loss. Okay, so before I do that, Tommy is paranoid, and he did do a rest action, so he will roll a die to see if he can discard his paranoia. He does not. He gets a 3, so he's still paranoid. He does not fail the test. He got 3 successes. He doesn't lose a single sanity. Then there's a normal strength test for the monster. Tommy's strength is 3. And he will be using Becky for another 5. He needs 3 successes. And that's all he can do. There's nothing else. You just have to roll now. Well, he gets actually 1, 2, 3 successes. And it's 3 damage on the monsters. 3. And he has 3 from before. So he kills the monster, which has a toughness of investigators +2. So that monster is dead. That means that the Trader of the Dust is gone. It's solved. And now Tommy can try to get that clue. City. A veteran of the Great War, mutilated by mustard gas, is sitting in a park talking to himself. You offer some help and ask him about his experiences. Test your influence -1. If I pass that, he will tell you about some other stuff as well, what he saw during the war, and I will gain the clue. Influence -1. Tommy's influence is 3, and that's only 2 dice. He must have some luck. He gets a 5. Fantastic. Maybe this is the breakthrough. He gets the clue, and he put the 4th clue on this card, the mystery card, and this is solved. Well, at the end of the Mythos Phase, this is solved. We can kick a little bit back here now, and fight back, and let's see what the Mythos Phase brings. Still no reckoning effect. That's excellent. We have to move the Omen track now. And that goes into a red constellation. There is no open gates. The top gate is in London, which is blue. So no doom. Then we do a monster surge. And there are no gates that correspond to this omen. So instead I have to spawn a gate. So now the London gate comes out. And a cultist is guarding the gate in London. Then we spawn 2 clues. This is a great round. The Heart of Africa. Space 13. Phase 13 is up here. Heart of Africa is here, of course. There's some tentacles here, and that's not good. So let's see what happens now then. The otherworldly darkness will no longer tolerate your meddling. Oh, I've done too much maybe? It fills your entire being, threatening to break you if you will not do its bidding. Alone you're helpless. Your only hope is to appeal to a power of equal or greater might. No time to be alone. Event. Each investigator must resolve one of the following effect unless he discards a promise of power condition. We don't have any promise of power conditions. Hoi. Lose 3 health and 3 sanity, or impair 3 skills, or gain a dark pact. Rita is going to take the first option. 3 health and 3 sanity. She is losing 3 health. But instead of losing 3 sanity, she's just losing 1. Now she's losing 2 sanity. And it's because of the tattered cloak. So an effect has caused me to lose sanity, and I can lose 1 fewer instead. Lola Hayes is also going to lose 3 health and 3 sanity. Dexter is in trouble. If you lose 3 health, he will be dead. And he already has a dark pact, so he has to impair 3 skills. Well, that's going to be observation, influence, and lore. Nasty card. What can Tommy do? He can lose 3 health, but he cannot lose 3 sanity. He can impair 3 skills, of course, or get a dark pact condition. Tommy is impairing lore, influence, observation. That was really nasty. But now it's the end of Mythos, and the Beyond One mystery card is solved. The next mystery we get is Spawn of Yog-Sothoth. Latvina Watley has given birth to something horrible, and now the creature calls for its father. It's another epic monster? Yes, when this card enters play, spawn the Dunwich Horror Epic Monster on Arkham. At the end of the Mythos phase, if the Dunwich Horror Epic Monster has been defeated, solve this mystery. Oh man. This is the Dunwich Horror. It's horrific, strong. It has a toughness of 6, of course. Roll 1 die. If the result is less or equal to investigator, spawn 1 gate. And it spawns gates on reckoning effects. Then probably there's a new task for Tommy to go now to Arkham. I don't know. Let's have to think about this. And again, there is not much point gathering clues because we have to kill the monster this turn. So all the clues that just came out doesn't really matter too much. Right. That's that for quite a tough round of Eldritch Horror. It started very well, but as usual quickly went down the drain when the Mythos phase came about. Okay, hope to see you again later. Bye bye.